So, you want to know what's going on up here? Well, buckle up. It's always a hell of a ride. So, I just got done talking to a couple of my Patreons that want to be involved in a video about solar panels and learning and getting together, and I think it's an awesome idea. I won't say their names. If you know them, you know who they are. If you don't, you don't. Obviously, this is going to go out to both TikTok and YouTube and TikTok. My day is finished. I've had my shower, and now I'm just sitting on the porch sweating like a fool. Yes, I'm enjoying an adult libation. You can figure out what they were or what that is. Obviously, I'll have to cut this up into little bitty pieces for TikTok. But I wanted to let the general public know what was going on with the old local prepper channel as is. It's slowly expanding. It's like a Morpheus thing. And I wanted to let people know that yes, you will start seeing more, you won't see any advertisements. I've looked at that whole monetization thing, and I'm not happy with that model. I personally hate to look at commercials. You know, if somebody throws a live stream on I really want to watch, it's like time sensitive, and then bleh. You know, so you got to watch like 5 minutes of freaking commercials just to get to the damn video, and you may have actually missed what you wanted to see. So it's not going to be like that. It's going to be very simple. It's going to be, hey, listen, if you want to support the channel, here's a list of ways you can do it that will eventually benefit you. I haven't really heard much about what's going on in Iraq. Honestly, I don't care. I think that place could just be sucked into the black hole of oblivion and die and just go away. And the reason is because it's a hellhole. It's awful. It's an awful place. For those of you that feel like you can't handle that, what I've just said, because you spent so much time there, blood, sweat, tears, all your friends. Well, listen, man, I got friends, and I got blood, and I got sweat, and I got tears, and I got all that shit. But you know what? You know damn well what I'm talking about. You want to believe that it wasn't all for nothing, and it wasn't. You were doing your job. You were doing what you were trained to do. You were doing what you asked to do. You were doing what you believed in, and that's all you need to think about. Everything else means nothing. And I know that's controversial, and I know it's going to piss some people off, but it is what it is. My wars were a long time ago. My time was a long time ago. Some of these wars were not mine, simply because I was either in doing one small thing and out, or I was in a place that most people don't even know about. And I've had a lot of time to process those different things, because in my age, we didn't know what PTSD was. There wasn't a name for it. It was suck it the fuck up. That's what the name was. And if you stuck around, you stuck around. And if you didn't, if you had nightmares every night for years, then that's what you had. Now things are a little bit different. I'm glad that people are getting help. Different times. I'm very lucky. I've had a long time to process things that people who just came out of those situations in the last few years have not had time to process. And I do ask that they seek support if they need it. And that I do recommend that they do, because there's a lot of support mechanisms in place now that could keep them from giving themselves dirt naps, which I think is always a waste, and I honestly think it's selfish. So, and that's just my personal opinion. I'm not a physician, but it is, in my opinion, it's selfish. You have so much more to give the world, and you have so much more to give the people that you love. And yeah, I'm kind of going on a little rant here, because this can of greatness has empowered that. And I don't think that this is actually the side of who you normally get to see. Hopefully it won't detract the fact that I'm actually a human being. And yeah, and no, I'm barely even buzzed. So yeah, there's that for all the critics. One of my best, God, I'm really rambling now, but one of my best memories is sitting on a beach in Colombia, in Bogota, Colombia, drinking rum and smoking Cuban cigars, and just going, this is what I'm getting paid for. I may have to rethink this and just release it to the TikTok people. because I don't know if this is actually good for general public consumption or not. If you're coming across this channel and you have not decided to start preparing for some of the things that hopefully will never happen, then I truly wish you the best. I will say up front, don't show up at my doorstep, because this literally is an I told you so moment. If you're my friend, if I know you, you're welcome, and I'll do everything I can for you. But if you're just some schmo who's just trying to figure out what's going on, yeah, it might be too late for you. Man, this is really a dark video. This is really down. This is really not the norm. It's simple. It's simple, guys. Just start buying a few extra cans here and there. Like every time you go to the store, buy a can of this or buy a can of that. Put it in your pantry. If you don't have a pantry, they call them cabinets. They call them cabinets inside the your shelves, inside your modern day kitchen. Put them in there. Just push them to the back and forget about them. And then one day when things are really bad, you can just reach in there and grab them. They're going to last for years. You know, I've got cans in my pantry that are 10, 15 years old, just in the rotation. They'll be fine. I eat them all the time. I've decided to title this video, I don't know why I'm making this video. And I don't know why I'm making this video because part of me sometimes becomes very tired of telling people to live a certain way, to get out of your 3-day mentality, because it's going to eventually hurt you. It's going to eventually make your life bad. You know, this isn't like I'm eating cheeseburgers every day from McDonald's and I know it's making me fat and I know one day I'm going to start working out, and that kind of bad. This is the kind of bad where you're looking in your cabinets and there's no food, and you're looking in your wallet and sorry about that, I'm hitting the table, and you're looking in your wallet and there's no money, and you're looking at the stores and the prices have tripled. This is the kind of thing this is the kind of feeling that you're going to have when you can't pay your water bill, when you can't pay your power bill, when you can't pay your propane or natural gas bill, because those days are coming. Those days are coming. And those people that are ignoring this, shame on you. Shame on you and the fact that you let this happen. You let this happen. Because you know what? If everybody had a pantry and everybody paid attention to the prices of energy and everybody paid their, you know what I'm saying? They were preparing for these particular things. When that tide turned, the economy, the free market would go, wow, they're not buying our stuff because they have their own. We have to lower our prices. That's the way the free market works. But no. So many people are going to go, oh, no, not me. What do I do? Government, come save me. I drive past a food bank every time I take my trash to they call them convenience center here in Virginia. I drive past one, and it's an awesome trash system, by the way. If you work for the state of Virginia and you work for these convenience centers, kudos. Best tax dollars ever spent. And I've drive past this food bank, and there's 50 cars lined up, at least 50 cars lined up, all different kinds, everything down from the Beater all the way up to a Lexus. And it's like, what's going to happen? And they're all reporting that there's massive increases in people trying to get to the food banks. What's going to happen when the food banks aren't getting any food because nobody is donating food to them because those people need their food? What's going to happen when Walmart and Target, which seems to be going out of business, and Food Lion and whatever your local grocery is no longer donating old food because it's all getting bought off the shelves. It's all getting used up. What's going to happen to the food banks then? What's going to happen to those people then? People act crazy. People, and I've seen this in other countries where people will kill each other for a bit of food for themselves or their family. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen to those people? And how is the government to come in and save us all? Those of you that are depending on that to happen, you're fools. You are absolute 100% fools. There's other mean things that I could say to you, but you're fools. And I think until you wake up and realize, and I hope you do it very quickly, I hope you do it very soon, wake up and realize that no one's coming to help you. No one is coming to give extra food to the pantry. No one is going to do anything. And, you know, I keep hearing about these new stimulus checks from these blue states. And that makes things worse. That makes things worse. It's not even a Band-Aid. It's almost like when they give these checks out to people for the economy, these stimulus checks, it's actually like ripping the scab off of a healing wound. It makes things worse. And I think that you need to understand that. Now, I've taken my stimulus checks from the governments. They give them to me. I cash them. I go buy preps with them. What did you do with yours? Did you go on vacation? Did you get a new streaming service? Did you put a down payment on a car that you can't afford now? What did you do? I hope that you did something good with it. Because when the time comes, likely most everybody who did something bad with it is just going to be a memory. Oh, I remember when it was so good to get those stimulus checks. I remember when our nation was more than just a stimulus check. I remember when the nation was this strong, prosperous place. And I'm not talking about the 2016 to 2020, because statistically we were the strongest we'd ever been. But before that, there was a time in the 80s when we were unbelievably strong. Under both Reagan and Clinton, we were unbelievably strong. We were unbelievably prosperous. The things that we like to do now outside, like go to concerts or to go to gatherings or be part of clubs or things where we could share money with other people to benefit the world. That was then. That was the 80s. And I remember those times because I don't remember any pressure whatsoever. Now, granted, I was still a very young man in the 80s. But I don't remember any of the craziness that we're having now. I don't remember any of the stupidity that we're going through now. And I can blame the left, and I can blame the right, and I can blame the people who just sit on the sidelines. But the reality is those times they're not here. And you have to wonder why things are so bad. Why things just in the last 2 years, and please don't even try to, if you're watching this now, don't even use that word, that C word, that ends in Ona, and then we're not talking about my Sharona, okay? We're talking about the thing that we cannot speak of because the algorithm will shut us down. Don't even say that, because yes, that had an effect, and yes, we had a plan, and yes, we were working that plan, and yes, we executed that plan up until 2020, and then mysteriously that plan got all fucking changed. Excuse my French. So you have to wonder why things are actually so bad in the last few years. I can't say who did it. I can't say why they did it, because none of it makes any sense. And those of you out there that are supporting all of this craziness, I'll be like, I just have to tell you, good on you. Good on you. You've managed to systematically destroy the greatest nation on the planet. You've managed to destroy the lifestyle, the happiness of 320 plus million people. And it's all this twisted mindset. You've actually put yourself in a position so that God help us if they fix this. You will be the enemies of the nation. You will be branded as enemies of the nation because you couldn't see through your ideals, your twisted mindset, your undeveloped brains to go past that of a teenager. We have a press secretary that can't answer a single question because somehow it's all connected. If you don't believe me, go look at the White House press briefing from yesterday, August 29th. It's on the internet. You can watch it. It's about an hour and, I don't know, so many minutes of, we can't comment on that. We can't comment on that. So basically, our government is telling us no comment. Everybody's out here suffering. Everybody's out here feeling this pain. The Fed's telling us you're going to have this pain, but they can't comment on it. You got stuff going on with the government, with the FBI, with the Department of Justice, and you're going to try and tell me that the U.S., those departments did not brief the executive on what they were doing? You can't comment on it. You're going to try and distance yourself from it because of political reasons, because you know it was fucking wrong. And I don't want to go political. I'm just stating facts. I think that when this all comes out in the wash, I think that when this is all done with, that, you know, it was my hope that a couple years into this administration, a couple people would be in a jail, and the people would know, but apparently they're not going to get it. But I can only hope again that at some point these people are going to figure this out. There are polls about civil war. Scary. It's absolutely scary. Certain people believe it, certain people don't. And as usual, they only poll the red people to see what they think. They don't poll the blue people to see what they think. Because the blue people, they're scared. They're scared. Because the red people have all the guns. I'm going to have to cut out all this. Me relighting my cigar. I think that the only thing that we can do at this point is just prepare for what's coming. It's not a tsunami. It's not a hurricane. It's not a tidal wave. Yeah, tidal waves are that big, by the way. It's going to be more. It's going to be famine. It's going to be water shortages. It's going to be food can't be grown, and this is cyclical. So it's going to be, yeah, there's going to be problems. There's going to be problems that people are not even thinking about now because they're too busy trying to figure out what their kids are doing in school right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. I want you to be inside your kids' lives. I commend you for being part of your kids' lives. They need you. But there's too many people that are, I won't say have their head in the sand, but I would say that they're in denial. Flat out denial. And if they don't stop drinking the Kool-Aid, it's going to get real bad. It's going to get real bad indeed. And all I can do is keep passing information and hoping people listen. And I think that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching, and I hope you decide to support the page. If you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit the link below. If it didn't take you directly to it, you can just hit the support page. That's what it should look like. All you have to do is either hit the Patreon symbol or the join button. Doesn't matter. Just hit it and that'll get you started. It's $3 a month for 30-ish days of work from me. The price of a Starbucks coffee. So until the next time, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.